Welcome. To this video, we're going to connect strategy thinking and the novel Blindness by José Saramago. We want to explore how this powerful story shows what happens when people lose more than just their signs. We are... Hi, I'm Natalia.
Hola, yo soy Víctor.
Hello, I'm Melly, and we're going to get started.
That's how blindness begins. It's not a medical instruction, it's a wake-up call, a lesson that applies not only to individuals but also to societies and organizations. Strategy thinking starts with observation, with the ability to notice what others overlook. It requires curiosity, foresight, and purpose. In José Saramago's novel, an unexplained epidemic of blindness spreads rapidly, but the true collapse doesn't come from losing sight, it comes from losing the ability to think, plan, and act with intention. Through this story, we explore how the absent or present of strategy thinking affect outcomes, survival, and even humanity itself. Let's start.
Strategic thinking is not just reacting, it's observing patterns, asking why, and thinking ahead. When the first case of blindness appeared, authorities panicked. Their decision to quarantine, Dublin, and abandoned asylum might seem logical at first, but it's not based on a natural strategy. There is no diagnosis, no plan for sustainability, no structure for governance. As a result, what was meant to be a containment measure becomes a breeding ground for disaster. In contrast, the doctor's wife, who mistakenly retained her sight, shows you what strategic thinking looks like in action. She gathers information discreetly, stays alert, and quickly prepares herself to guide others. She doesn't impose power, she errs through by observing and acting when no one else can.
This line captures the very essence of collapse when there is not strategy leadership. Inside the hospital, people act out of desperation. With no system in place, food distribution turns violent. There are no rotations for cleaning, no rules, no mediation. The novel gives us multiple examples of how the absence of planning leads to suffering. One of these examples is when the old man with the black eye patch falls and is injured, because there is no one assigned to check on the vulnerable. People relieve themselves in hallways, turning the environment into a toxic wasteland, because no one proposed a sanitation system. When no one leads, instincts take over, and instinct without strategy becomes survival at any cost.
Strategy driven by power alone can become tyranny. A gang forms inside the asylum and takes control of the food. At first they demand jewelry and valuables, but soon they demand women. This is a strategy of domination. It uses structure and control, but with no ethics, no values, and no concern for the collective good. Saramago paints this horror failing. The women's bodies become currency in a system built by desperation and cruelty. What is revealed is critical. Even a well-organized plan can be disrupted if it lacks morality. Strategic thinking must include ethical reflection.
Strategy leadership often requires difficult decisions. The doctor's wife is the only one who can see, and therefore the only one who sees the full picture. When the abuse reaches its peak, she takes the scissors, walks across the ward, and kills the gang's leader. It's not impulsive, it is calculated. That decision shifts the balance of power. The group regains control not just physically but morally. From there, she becomes the guide. She plans the escape, observes their surroundings, and evaluates who can do what. She doesn't do everything herself, she helps others reclaim their agency. That is true strategic leadership.
Una vez liberados del manicomio, el grupo no celebra a ciegas, se organizan, ocupan una casa abandonada y comienzan la reconstrucción de inmediato. La esposa del médico los anima a limpiar, cocinar y asignar tareas. Cada miembro contribuye. La chica de las gafas oscuras recoge agua. El anciano repara muebles. Otros preparan la comida. El pensamiento estratégico aquí va más allá de la supervivencia. Se trata de restaurar la dignidad. En el caos, esta planificación se convierte en un acto de resistencia. es su forma de reclamar su humanidad. Esta es una de las afirmaciones más contundentes de la novela. Sugiere que la ceguera no es solo física. Incluso antes de la epidemia, la sociedad era ciega. Ciega a la desigualdad, ciega a los sistemas de injusticia, ciega al sufrimiento ajeno. La epidemia solo hizo visible lo que durante mucho tiempo se había ignorado. A lo largo del libro, los personajes que piensan, reflexionan y colaboran sobreviven. Quienes actúan impulsados por el miedo y el impulso caen en la crueldad y la desesperación. El pensamiento estratégico, por lo tanto, no es solo administrativo, es un acto profundamente humano. Es como nos vemos a nosotros mismos, nuestras responsabilidades y nuestro mundo. Como conclusión, me parece que Ensayo sobre la ceguera es una novela brutal y que te deja pensando. Te hace reflexionar sobre cómo funciona nuestra sociedad y cómo a veces nos quedamos en la superficie sin ver lo que realmente importa. La forma en que Saramago describe la ceguera como una metáfora de la ignorancia y la indiferencia es impactante. Me hace pensar en cómo podemos ser ciegos a los problemas que nos rodean y cómo esto puede tener consecuencias terribles. Es decir, es una novela que me hizo reflexionar sobre la importancia de ser conscientes y responsables para poder pensar en cómo podemos contribuir a crear un mundo mejor y formar parte de la solución.
After reading Ensayo sobre la ceguera by José Saramago, I realized the real problem isn't just about losing sight, it's about losing direction and purpose. What really stuck with me is how everything falls apart when there is no strategy. But when someone starts thinking ahead and leading with values, things slowly improve. It made me think, strategy isn't just about big plans or power moves. It's about noticing what others miss, staying calm when things get messy, and helping people move forward together. In the end, it's not just about being smart, it's about being human.
So, in the end, blindness isn't just about people losing the sign, it's about what happens when we stop thinking ahead, when we stop planning, when we stop caring. Strategy thinking isn't just for government or business, it's something we all need. The doctor's wife saw what others couldn't, not because she had eye signs, but because she had vision, and that's the point. In a world full of noise, confusion, fear, strategy gives us direction. So ahead, if you can see, look. If you can look, observe. And maybe, just maybe, act with a little more clarity. And that's the end of our video. Thanks for watching and being with us while we talk about Blindness by José Saramago and how it connects to strategy thinking. We hope this helps you understand the story better and see why thinking ahead is so important. See you in the next video.